Hi everybody. Today I'm going to attempt to make a Latin meal for dinner, and I'm thinking that it's going to comprise of some brown rice with black beans and some shredded chicken. So I'm going to take you through the steps as I prepare this meal, and let's see how it goes. First, I'm going to prepare what it is that I'm cooking and the order in which it has to be cooked. So I know I'm going to be using black beans, so I have my black beans handy for when that needs to go into the pot. I'm going to use some of this long grain brown rice. So that I'm going to put now to boil. And I'm also, well, I have the chicken already thawed out, so that I have to chop up and season, and then I can start the meal. Okay, I'm back in the kitchen. I got distracted with the parrot saga. Okay, so yeah, this parrot moved into the building today, and I've been looking after it and trying to get it to somebody who knows about parrots, which is happening shortly. So that's been seen too. So back to cooking. Yeah, so you always wonder when you get when mom or sister or somebody sends you these little kitchen gadgets for Christmas or birthday, and you wonder, what the hell am I going to use them for? Well, this is what you're going to use them for. So, in preparation for my meal, which is brown rice with black beans and plantain and shredded chicken. So I'm using a red onion, which I've already taken the skin off of and cut it into quarters, which I threw into that mini chopper. I have two little cloves of garlic, which I will also throw into the mini chopper, and some of my chive, which I will use the scissors to kind of just break it up a little bit. Throw it in there. And this is a very easy tool. It makes it work really well, which I'm now realizing. It's plugged in. And take three, this is with my mini chopper, and I put in it the quartered red onions, the chives, and the peeled garlic. So I'm now going to, why doesn't it work? Right, so that's nicely finely chopped up in there. So that will be added to my meal as I go along the prep for this evening's Latin meal. Right, so stand by. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my brown rice to boil, and I use the ratio of 3 to 1 for brown rice, because brown rice takes slightly longer to cook than regular parboiled rice. So as I showed you before, I'm using this brand of brown rice, and I fill up my saucepan to 2/3 of water. I'm just going to add, using my eye to measure, I'm just going to add 1/3 of that volume in rice, and that's going to take several minutes to boil. And then I'm now going to prepare the chicken component to go with the meal. So I have 2 pots on the stove. I have the brown rice, which is boiling over there, and I'm about to do my black beans. So earlier on I chopped up some red onions, chives, and garlic into the mini chopper. And I'm now putting it into a little saucepan. Saute it briefly before I add the black beans. And to do that, I drizzle some virgin olive oil into my saucepan, which I'm getting all over my chopped up onions and so on. just so that those flavors can fuse together, and then I will add the black beans into the pot. I also have my chicken, which has been seasoned. So I'm letting that sit for a while to let the seasonings get into the meat of the chicken, and then I will chop it up before cooking it. That'll be the last item, and I also have the plantain to fry, which will be a garnish on the dish. I'm now going to add the black beans into the saucepan with the onions and the garlic. And I will stir that up and let that cook all together for a few minutes. Just add some I have some Nando's peri peri salt, which I'm just going to add in there into the black beans just for a little, just to give it a little zing. So just a little pinch of that, or two. And what I use to season my chicken is I use, well, first of all, salt and pepper. So I'm using that peri peri salt. I've also chopped up some celery. I put some rosemary in there, some crushed red peppers, and of course good old Trini green seasoning. And I'm letting it sit for a while, and then I'll toss it all up together and let it sit for some more, and then slice it up and cook it. So after carefully washing my hands, I'm now massaging the boneless chicken breast and rubbing the seasonings right into its meat. And then I will again let it sit for a little bit so that these flavors can really get into the crux of the matter. Now I'm going to chop up my chicken into strips. Make sure that your chopping board is clean or a different chopping board altogether before bringing meat to the table, so to speak, so to avoid cross-contamination. Likewise, your hands between using the ingredients and separating the meat, so it's doing the chicken on its own. Wash your hands before you go to the vegetables, before you go to the plantain. So in this pack of chicken, I have 3 nice fillets of boneless chicken breast from our local farmers. And they have all been cut into linear strips. And I'll let that sit again for a little while in the marinade that I made until I'm ready for it to go into the pot. Okay, so the plantain component to the dish is going to be a little experiment. Um, I don't exactly know what I'm going to do to the plantain yet, but I have in my mind that I want to bake it, and I have some cinnamon, and I don't know what else I have to do to make it cinnamon flavored. I don't want to have to resort to calling mother, but I certainly think that this is something that I can master on my own, albeit end up being a unique type of plantain, but we will see. So this is just one fairly firm plantain, because I'm just cooking for me in the first instance, so I don't want to make too much of it. I don't know how I should have cut it. Probably doing this the wrong way. All this at this point, I'm sure that Naz is cursing me. Oh, you're holding the knife the wrong way, you're going to cut your fingers. Yeah, well, I'm doing it carefully, so hopefully that wouldn't happen. But it is fairly slippery. So I'm just cutting them into relatively thin slices. And I'm going to put them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of coat them in some olive oil and put some cinnamon with it, maybe a sprinkle of sugar, and I will stick it in the oven and see how it turns out. So my plantain experiment is in the oven baking right now, and I'm just going to toss the chicken into the pan here that's been marinating for the past hour. I have olive oil in the pan. This is 3 fillets of boneless chicken breast that I have marinated and sliced up to go with my meal of shredded chicken, brown rice, black beans, and plantain. Just spread it around the saucepan so that the heat is evenly distributed and that there are no pieces of chicken that are overlapping one another, so that it gets an even cook. I have my stove top set to a medium heat. You just check in on the cinnamon plantain in the oven as it gets slightly brown and soft. So what I may want to do is, since I have this on a medium heat, is I am going to cover it So I'm going to cover it so that it can cook in its own flavors a little bit to enhance the flavor profile of the meat. And a very valuable lesson that I've learned about the kitchen is that it is so much easier that when you are cooking that you are able to wash as you go. And in my case, I have a double sink. So I wash on the right side of the sink as I go, and I put the wares to dry in the left side of the sink. And that way, by the time you get ready to enjoy your meal that you've just made, and you come back to the kitchen, it does not look like Hiroshima, which it can so easily end up looking like after a meal is prepared. So those are life lessons that you learn. I just need to make a chunk of my chicken to kind of get all the pieces nicely cooked evenly. So you can see that the color of the chicken has already turned from its original pink and raw state to this white state now, which is midway through the cooking process of the chicken. So I'm just sort of turning over the pieces, making sure it gets cooked nicely on all sides. Looks promising. Get all the juices all mixed up amongst it. And return the lid to the simmer and wait a few more minutes. One of the things about eating for me really is the visual element, and that is the plating. I don't know how I'm going to plate this, so let's see. You just have to kind of play with the things that you have around you. So I have compacted my brown rice into a small mixing bowl. So I turn the plate upside down without breaking it, turn it back. Position where you want your rice dome to be in your dish. So that's my rice dome, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to either leave it so or attack. So that's my right size spoon. I'm going to attempt to make a sink in it so that I can use it as a cup for my, so maybe that's not a good idea. I was going to make an indentation in it to put my black beans, but maybe I'll just make a small indentation just to use the black beans as a garnish really there in this instance. So earlier on I had prepared my black beans. So that's my black beans and brown rice. I'm going to go to the pantry and see what I can get here. And I have a sprig of parsley. Maybe it's too big a sprig. Then I cooked my chicken, so I'm going to stack my chicken. Oops. Yeah, so that's my chicken. And I had my cinnamon plantain, which I had baked in the oven. Together with some pieces of coconut, which I got, which got toasted. Yeah, so let me see what I have in the fridge that I can dress that up with. I just want to use some more of my organic coconut chips just to put on the plate a little bit. So that's my, forgot one thing. I'm using Sean's, I say Sean, but it's Sumptuously Orgasmic is the label. It's a pineapple pepper sauce. And that will be my added flavor of the night. So just let me put that out. And a little spoon that was given to me by Chef Abai. So I'm using it to add to the plate. So that's my Latin dinner tonight. It's pan-seared boneless chicken breast with brown rice and black beans, and cinnamon baked plantain with pineapple pepper sauce on the side. Bon appetit.